what actually has it been like for you the last 2 or 3 years? Because you've been doing such great work on so many cool projects. Can you take that in, or is it sort of just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No. I don't think I have. I don't know if I will. You know, there's a part of me that just want to constantly move and shift and grow, and it's kind of like when you grow the body, you know, when you're working out and training, you know, you realize, you know, you look over there and you've lifted this amount of weight, and then, you know, one day you wake up in the mirror and you look up and your shoulders look different, you know, or your legs look different, or, you know, you begin to move differently. I think I'm really gonna understand what has happened in January, February, March, April, and May, when I get on my next set, you know, and I can feel the growth of everything I've done, and just internally. The external is really great, and it's a part of our business, and I thank God for it. It's really fun to see, you know, but I can take more stock when I go, okay, so how's the instrument playing now, you know? How strong are we now? Yeah.
Sure. I have to ask you, as a fan of your work, and also just curious, what are you filming in May?
Me and Willem Dafoe are gonna go shoot this film called The Man in My Basement, which is really, really, really good. It's it's a two-hander. He kind of comes in and yeah.
I literally talked to Willem on Wednesday of this week, so I will be asking him about this.
Yeah. And his film just premiered at Berlin. Is that what
Inside. That's what I'm talking about. He's fantastic.
I heard.
Yeah, seeing the two of you together, I'm already beyond excited. Yeah. But I want to switch back to Creed for a second, obviously. And so I'm curious, what do you think would surprise fans to learn about filming like a big fight sequence, like in the third act of this film?
It's extremely technical, and well, I would probably imagine that. I guess probably the level of emotionality that's happening in them. I mean, the space. I think that's something people don't think about. Well, I never thought about it, you know, how electrifying the space is when you're shooting those things. When the stakes are high in the movie, they're also high on set, you know, and so the amount of energy that's pumping, you know, when we were shooting those scenes was uncanny. You know, it's different from, you know, a film where, you know, you just have your hero or just your villain by themselves, you know, dealing with something. You've got both of these characters at the height, you know, and it was extremely riveting, you know, very riveting. And I don't remember any of it, but yeah.
What I'm curious about is you have consistently delivered to me just such fantastic performances over the last little bit. And I'm curious, and I think we talked about this a little bit at Sundance, but how have you sort of changed as an actor? Because you told me, like, with The Harder They Fall, you just stayed in that, you know, that zone with COVID, but like, how have you changed? Have you been able to relax a little bit when you're on set now, or are you still as intense as you used to be?
Probably more so intense. Yeah, probably more so intense. I mean, it always depends on the role as far as intense, but there's a certain frequency, you know, and that has to do with my pedagogy and belief as an actor. You know, there's a certain, my Balinese troupe, they talk about this thing called Bantu Bantu. And Bantu Bantu is an energy that is about when you step on the stage, right? When a Topang dancer steps on the stage, which is a Balinese dance, the energy that they're supposed to, or that they're trying to conjure, is that the audience thinks they're going to be eaten. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's almost like a wild animal is there, and so in honoring that, right, you have to work at a certain level or you can talk about the clown work. We try to get to a red zone, right, before you enter the space. All of that is still, and it's got nothing to do with me. It's just got to do with how I work, you know. And yeah, there are times in the in-between where, here's the thing, bro, I'm always kind of chilling. You know what I mean? I'm always kind of chilling until it's go time, you know? And then when it's go time, you go, you know? And so it is important for me to relax, you know, but you can only do the work properly in a relaxed state. So, no, it's the same, you know, the same but different, if that's helpful.
Yeah, I sort of. But I'm just gonna. I really mean it, man. I'm so impressed with your work the last little bit. Well, for everything you've done, and I just wish you nothing but the best.
It's always good to see you, man.